Who do you think did the best?
I think that what you made the comment on about being statewide is the important thing, and I think being more moderate in the state of Iowa will go far, and farmers and rural people don't want.
And you're a farmer, Kate, so who do you think did the best tonight?
I think they want affordable, and I think Bullock and Klobuchar and Ryan did a good job of bringing that argument out.
Who do you think did the best tonight?
I think Warren did.
Warren. Who do you think did the best?
I would say Warren.
Who do you think did the best performance?
Warren.
Warren also. Who do you think had the best performance this evening?
Warren.
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 Yeah, I keep saying Warren, but you guys keep saying Warren. And who do you think did the best?
Warren.
Warren. So an overwhelming victory, you believe, for Warren tonight. Now, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren did not sound that much different in their comments tonight. Why has nobody said anything about Bernie Sanders?
I think with Bernie Sanders is, if you would have asked me in the first half, I would have said he's definitely winning. But in the second half, he went and kind of fell into his old shtick of talking about the top 1% and not really answering the question that was asked, but going back to that. It's like, this is your time to say something new. Please say something new. I want to like you.
Is that an Iowa term, shtick? I'm just joking about that. Shtick does mean you say the same thing over and over again and it comes back to you. So I'm just kind of joking around with you, keeping it light a little bit. Anybody else think the same thing about Sanders? They felt he was too canned or too contrived? Is that what you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was the same Bernie Sanders that we saw 4 years ago. I mean, he fell into that same rut. So I would agree.
Now, second best, a lot of you were saying you thought Buttigieg, but why didn't you think Buttigieg did the best?
Actually, I think he's solid with his answers. He's not the fighter that Elizabeth is.
So is that what you think, though, that she is more of a fighter than any of the candidates?
Big time.
Like anti-Trump, you mean?
I think that going up against Trump, she has a very good standing ground, and she can dish it, give it to him and stand up there.
So you all want a candidate who can dish it?
Yeah.
Seriously. Now, Amy Klobuchar, a neighbor from Minnesota, you all told me you liked her before I met you 5 weeks ago. How come I don't hear her mentioned in who did the best?
She came across, I mean, as we were saying earlier, just as canned, I mean, just well rehearsed.
She had a lot of
not a lot of the same passion and fire that Elizabeth Warren presented tonight.
But every one of you told me you agree with Amy Klobuchar. Isn't that enough? I mean, how come she didn't impress you?
Well, I really want her to impress me because she's the only one out there with a mental illness plan.
Which is important to you.
It is important to me, but I need her to reach our hearts in addition to our minds. I think that's what we are hoping for all of them to do, is to reach everybody's hearts.
So did Elizabeth Warren reach your hearts? Is that why 8 of you thought she did the best?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. She's a fighter.
Yep.
I think Amy, I've seen her in person, and she knocked it out of the park. But in a 30-second answer, maybe it was not her, her best way.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Marianne Williamson, okay? She was interesting and fun to watch, right? Were you impressed by her?
She was surprisingly comprehensible this time rather than last time. But
So could anyone vote for her for president?
No.
And
Not really.
you said that disdainfully. Why do you say that?
it just, I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to really take her serious as a candidate with no experience whatsoever and just sort of disregard for policy. And
she really didn't answer questions substantively, though.
But were you entertained by her? I mean, she sounded articulate, right?
Well, I'm entertained.
Or not. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
She's not into plans, and she's not into wonkiness, apparently.
But did you enjoy watching her, I guess is what I'm saying.
No.
You did? No. So you thought it was silly?
Well, we aren't looking for an entertainer in our president. We're looking for a leader.
All right, here's a final question for you. Have any of you, I asked you this 5 weeks ago, and no one was ready to say they've made a commitment. We still have one more night tomorrow night. Has anyone made a decision who they're going to vote for, which Democrat in the caucuses?
No.
Do you think after tomorrow you might?
No.
maybe.
That could be a tease for our audience if you say yes.
Maybe.
There's a lot of time to pass.